with Bricken.
Hello and welcome to Marketing Agent TV, Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. A 30-minute awesome package that comprises brand news, brand and focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth analysis aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Oluwabukola Omoni. Stay tuned.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
We begin with brand news, where we'll bring you the latest developments around brands and the field of marketing and advertising in Nigeria and around the world. PepsiCo is stepping up its game with the introduction of the Smart Can, featuring digital screens, motion sensors, and accelerometers for a personalized user experience. As Pepsi aims to regain its number 2 spot in the U.S. soda market, this innovative device delivers exclusive content and access codes to fans. Pepsi plans to collaborate with creators in gaming, sports, music, and food to promote the Smart Can. In a high-stakes battle, advertising giants UDEME and Omnicom are racing to secure Amazon's lucrative media buying and planning account, valued at over $2.5 billion. Former holder IPG Media Brands is out of the running, while Group M, led by Toby Jenner, is banking on WPP's open software and a collaborative approach across its audience. Omnicom is leveraging its recent acquisition of Flywheel and a strategic partnership with Amazon, integrating data to enhance advertising effectiveness. The final pitches are set for July 7th in Australia, marking a pivotal moment in the advertising industry. In a major industry move, WPP has merged BCW and Hill & Knowlton to form Bossen in an official launch recently. Aiming to be the largest player in public relations, Bossen introduces innovative products and a modern approach to reputation management. Global Chairman Ana Maria da Silva highlights their use of combined technology and artificial intelligence to help clients navigate risk and creativity. The new agency's framework focuses on company actions, communications, social narratives, and stakeholder beliefs. The merger will be finalized in early July. The Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ACAN, hosted its second annual colloquium in Lagos, themed Harnessing Emerging Technologies for Sustainable Advertising Education and Professional Excellence. The event aimed to bridge the gap between academia and the industry, focusing on the impact of technology on advertising education and standards.
There is the need for a synergy between the TAN and the GAN. And in our own situation, we're talking about the professional areas of specialization in marketing communication that includes advertising, brand management, experiential marketing, all of sales promotion, and all the whole gamut of integrated marketing communication. The need for us to synergize between professional practices and academic scholarship, training, and research so as to advance the teaching, the learning, and the professional practices in the area of integrated marketing communications.
Nigerian Minister of Information Alhaji Mohammed Idris, during his opening speech, underscored the importance of collaboration to address marketing communication issues and prepare students for the digital era.
I had the privilege
Dr. Lekan Fadolapo, ACAN's Director General, stressed the need for synergy between academics and professionals to navigate industry challenges effectively emphasizing that aligning academia and industry practices is crucial for sustainable growth in advertising.
One of the things we need to understand is that first, advertising is a profession and is being taught in the university. So whoever is teaching advertising in the university should understand the practice. So the days where we have the teachers not connecting with the industry is gone. And that is why we have a colloquium.
And it's a collective and continuous effort.
Heads of various sectoral groups, on their part, also affirmed the need for Nigeria's advertising operations to evolve, ensuring fair practices and consumer protection in a changing landscape.
That was brand news. Next is Brand New Focus after the break.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Now on Branding Focus.
In the bustling streets of Nigeria, a new form of entertainment is taking the nation by storm: skit making. What started as a simple hobby has blossomed into a thriving industry, propelling talented individuals from obscurity to stardom while reshaping the country's economic and entertainment landscape. From the comedic genius of Brother Shaggy to bold wit of Lai Wasabi, Nigerian skit makers are captivating audiences worldwide and redefining the boundaries of comedy in the digital age. Skit making is an art form that blends humor, satire, and social commentary into short bite-sized videos. These videos, often not more than a few minutes long, lapon various aspects of life from everyday situations to societal issues with a unique Nigerian flair. Whether it is poking fun at a political figure or imitating cultural norms, skit makers use their creativity to entertain and provoke thoughts. The rise of skit making in Nigeria mirrors the global trend of digital content creation. With the advent of social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, skit makers have found a captive audience eager for their comedic offerings. What was once a niche hobby has become the third largest entertainment industry in Nigeria, valued at an impressive 50 billion naira, an equivalent of 34 million US dollars. The growth of the skit-making industry can be attributed to several factors, which includes low barrier to entry that allows anyone with a smartphone and a sense of humor to become a content creator. Insatiable demand for fresh, engaging content that has fueled the industry's rapid expansion and several others. The extensive use of social media has provided skit makers with a platform to reach millions of viewers instantaneously. Skit makers attract millions of viewers and engagements on their social media pages, making them highly sought after by brands looking to capitalize on their popularity. The apex advertising regulatory body in Nigeria has raised concern about unethical advertising practices and misinformation in skit maker content. While some creators initially resisted ACAN's interventions, others welcomed the opportunity to improve the industry standards and build trust with their audience. As the industry continues to evolve, skit makers must adapt to changing trends and embrace new opportunities for growth.
Welcome back. Next is Industry Conversation, where we have discussions with industry thought leaders. Today we'll be having the concluding part of our conversation with a group managing director of SONU, Mr. UDEME UFOT. Join me after the break.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Welcome back to Industry Conversation. My guest today is the Group Managing Director of SONU, Mr. UDEME UFOT. Glad to have you join us again on the program.
Thank you, Buki. Good to see you again.
Okay, so let's talk about regulations, standards, and, in the IMC landscape generally. Now, what would you suggest the industry to do to enhance its standards of practice in terms of regulation in order to redefine the IMC landscape without necessarily hurting the growth of the industry?
If the industry runs without rules, it can't be a profession.
Okay.
If there are no rules that inform how practitioners ply their trade, there'll be anarchy. But even at that, I must admit that the rules must come with a human face. We need to put in place laws and regulations that support both the industry, but because without successful practices, without successful agencies, the regulator will have no work to do. You know. But having said that, a lot of dialogue needs to be in place between regulators and the practitioners. It does not help anyone where certain sections of the industry decide that, oh, a certain law is not favoring them, or they're not happy with that rule, so they choose to boycott or they choose to run away. No. I think as responsible professionals, if we have a disagreement, we come to the table, we discuss it, and we point out to the other party how these rules are affecting the viability of our businesses and what can be done to mitigate such challenges. I'm afraid that if we don't do that, all we'll be doing is sowing the seeds for anarchy and confusion. And at the end of the day, the industry itself will not be respected. You know, all of us will suffer from a lack of rules. Yeah? It becomes an anything goes situation. What may then happen is that an external force, it could be government itself, out of frustration and desperation, comes in with a bigger stick, and all of us will suffer for it. So my belief is that for the industry to be a true profession, we need to accommodate, you know, the rules by the regulator. When we disagree, we say so, find out where we disagree, and come up with useful suggestions on how things can be done better in everybody's interest.
Okay, great. So we know that your renowned agency, UDEME
Yes.
has just been appointed as new marketing partners for MTN with effective January 2025.
Thank
now,
you.
what would you say sets your agency apart for this distinctive recognition?
Thank you, Buki. Late last year,
Okay.
a regional pitch was called for the MTN business across Africa. And it was run out of South Africa. But of course, the Nigerian market, considering its importance to MTN, was considered a key market, as well as the Francophone Africa. So M&C Sachi decided to participate in that pitch and invited us as the local affiliates in Nigeria to participate or partner with them in that pitch. So we were involved, and the pitch process itself had a special interest, special focus on Nigeria, considering the importance of that. So whilst M&C Sachi focused on the regional pitch process, and South Africa were required to come up with recommendations for a special project in the pitch process that was focused on Nigeria. That is the part we played. And we're happy to say that, you know, in partnership with M&C Sachi and with our Cote d'Ivoire partner agencies, MTN did find it more attractive to partner with our affiliate agencies. And naturally, having won the business across Africa, partner with us in the pitch process, we've had the benefits of enjoying part of that action.
Great. Okay, so what does this signify for SO and you know, in terms of repositioning going forward?
I think it's a matter of great excitement and joy for us. You may remember that about 15 years ago. You know, we were one of the first agencies with TWA to work on MTN. And during our 5-year run on the business, we did some really, really exciting work, if I may say so myself. And of course, in a pitch process, we lost the business at the height of our performance on the business. It was unfortunate. So you can imagine, therefore, such a piece of business coming back to us that provides exciting challenges for our creative juices. That gives us the opportunity to reenact the kind of things that we did with Old Jerry, with Life is Beautiful. It's really exciting for us. It means, of course, that with that size of business, our agency needs to be prepared to amplify its resource base. It should mean growth in size for us, but I believe it will be very exciting for our creative people to do the kind of work that they enjoy doing. You know, and the ultimate joy is to do great work and see it in the public space. MTN is the kind of client that has the budget and has the will to put work in the public space. MTN also is the kind of client that is professional and will support you and encourage you to be your best at what you do for them. So we look forward to that. I believe that very exciting times ahead for our agency, for the entire M&C Sachi Africa. And we look forward to January 2025 to get on the road and on the show.
Great, that sounds exciting already. Okay, can you provide our viewers with an overview of your company's product portfolio?
Oh, well, we've been doing quite some interesting work. I will leave out the group, but because we have a larger product portfolio when it comes to the group. When you talk about product portfolio, you're talking about the products we offer or the clients we work, the brands we work for.
If you could just tell us, everything, let's just know. Our viewers would like to know.
Yeah. Okay, in terms of, let me start with the product portfolio in terms of what we offer to our clients.
Great.
SO&U is an integrated marketing communications group. You know, one of the few in the industry that is so well structured with different disciplines that cater to 360-degree offering to our clients. We have SO&U itself as an advertising agency and merging the best of traditional advertising with digital amplifications. We have SOCOM, which is our PR and acquisitions agency. We have, and of course, on that we offer PR activities, activations experiential. That's what they do. There's no doubt that in today's communications, you want to wet the ground. You need to combine effectively the soft sell with the hard sell. You know, we have our production company, Lucid. So a lot of the productions we do are done by a production company, and the business has actually become so sophisticated that they work directly for clients on their own and also for even some of our colleagues in the industry. We have a media agency, Maxi Media, who are involved in strategic planning and buying, and they had quite a roster of clients of their own. And then, of course, we have our latest baby, which is our digital agency, Virus. They're doing some very interesting work. But so when we come to look at the brands that we work for, they are multifaceted. Of course, the age-old Access Bank, and let me even say clients that we work for and have worked for. I mean, for 8 years, for instance, we worked on Globacom and remained one of the longest-running agencies on that business. And during that period, we did some great and outstanding award-winning work for the brand. This agency launched Guaranteed Trust Bank from inception and did work that helped to entrench that brand in the minds of consumers, that has helped to fuel the growth up to more than almost 34 years after. But more recently, like I said, we've been able to work for Access Bank. We do work for them. We're one of the lead agencies on First Bank, and we launched Nova Merchant Bank, and we still do some work for them. We work for PZ Cousins. We do work for Unilever. We launched Rexona, and worked on that for quite a while in terms of activations. We work on CFO, we launched Toyota last year in Nigeria, and we're set to do more new product launches for them in this new year. Reliance Telecom is one of our clients for our multimedia. So Reliance Healthcare, HMO. Yes, HMO is one of our key clients. We launched a new CST last year, which is Razzle. It's a Cameroonian client, one of the biggest brewers and bottlers in Cameroon, into Nigeria. And the work for that client is more from a tactical flanking strategy from the east. So you may not see much of the products in Lagos, but they're working from the east down to the center. That could go on and on. So that's Great. So that's what we are.
Great. Okay, so just before I let you go, could you just tell us what has stood out for you, in terms of principles in your own career trajectory? What are the principles that stood out for you?
Integrity is key. Integrity means being true to yourself. You innately do the right things at the right time, and ensure that in dealing with other people, you do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You don't want to have yourself in a situation where, being a brand yourself, once your name is mentioned, certain negative reactions occur. So for that reason, integrity in my personal dealings, in my business dealings, very critical, having a good name. But that also starts very fundamentally with a sense of self-discipline. All of us can choose to be in a bit of the wild side, but I think it's self-discipline that makes you do the right things at the right time, no matter who is watching, no matter where you are. And so that has worked for me. A sense of passion, that passion for excellence has also helped me to weather the storms. But when you talk about weathering the storms, grit, resilience. In this business, there are times it gets so rough, but you just keep going. And the saying goes, it's not how many times you fall, it's the getting up and you continue to go. So, but the most critical of my experience and the virtues or the graces I'm lucky to have is the ability to make friends, keep the friends, and optimize relationships for mutual value. That has worked. So many of the clients that I started with are either still clients with us or my personal friends. And almost after over 30 years, almost all the friends I have have been my clients. And we've gone beyond the business to very strong, close personal relationships. So I believe that's self-discipline, integrity, being,
perseverance.
Yeah, being a friendly disposition, and being open and, focused are very critical.
Great. So one professional mantra you think, or one professional mantra for, upcoming industry professionals, what would that be?
Have a vision for yourself, for your business. What you want to achieve. What's your ambition? Let every waking day be a day of purpose that drives you every minute, every hour towards that vision, and stay focused. Once you have a clear vision of what you want to be, where you want to go to, and you have the passion to drive it, and the focus to stay on track, no matter the distraction, you will get there. Ambitions, or let me say the road to achieving your ambition, is full of dead ideas. Why? Because they were seduced by opportunities. One of the challenges that we face in the industry, in any endeavor, is that as you become more successful, there are more and more things that are inclined to distract you. So the power of focus, power of consistency is so critical. So my advice to young people is keep to your vision, keep driving it. When frustrations come, there are challenges, and nothing that does not kill you that will not make you stronger. So stay on track and you'll succeed.
Wow, that's so great. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. That's been very informative. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Vicky.
And that's the much we can take on this week's episode of Marketing Edge on TV. Join us same time for another informative episode. I am Oluwabukola Omoni. Bye for now.
Every week, Green Angle, in partnership with Wild Aid, will bring you a documentary series on environmental issues affecting Nigeria's amazing biodiversity, from climate change, air pollution, and wildlife conservation. We will be traveling across Nigeria to give you on-the-ground report of the issues affecting our environment. It airs every Saturday at 4:30 p.m. only on TVC News.
Akwa Ibom is my fatherland. God bless Akwa.
We will invite all Akwa Ibomites to arise to the faith of greatness with our Rise agenda.
The sun is rising, the land is peaceful. It's so amazing that I can see.
Akiwande Oluwole Soyinka was born on 13th July 1934 in Abeokuta, Nigeria, to parents Samuel and Grace Soyinka. His education began with the Christian lessons of his parents as well as the more traditional Yoruba spiritual customs taught to him by his grandfather. He had his preparatory university studies at Government College Ibadan in 1954, subsequently University College Ibadan, and he continued at the University of Leeds, earned a bachelor's degree in English literature. Soyinka's master's degree focused on projects combining his Yoruba culture with traditional British theatre traditions. He later returned to school in Nigeria to study African theatre, during which time he continued to produce poems and plays, one of which appeared on Nigerian television. Shortly after, he became the chief of the Cathedral of Drama at the University of Ibadan. Nigeria had only recently gained independence from Britain and political corruption was at a high. Soyinka's plays and poems became increasingly political and he began giving speeches protesting government corruption. He was accused of conspiring with the Biafra rebels. He was therefore arrested and imprisoned in 1967 for almost 2 years during the Civil War, but managed during his time to write numerous poems. He was finally released in 1969 after a brief period in France. He returned to his position at the university where he founded the magazine Black Orpheus. He left his position and Nigeria in 1971, wary of the political climate of the country. During this time, he published books of poetry and essays. His plays were collected and published, and newer plays were staged. In 1986, he was the first African to win the Nobel Prize in Literature for a wide cultural perspective and with poetic overtones fashioning the drama of existence. He dedicated his acceptance speech to Nelson Mandela and used the platform to criticize apartheid. Later that same year, Soyinka was awarded the Ajib Prize and in 1988 published his book Mandela's Earth and other poems as well as art, dialogue, and outrage, essays on literature and culture. He also accepted a position at Cornell University. Throughout his life, he has served as a spokesman against apartheid and government corruption. He has won numerous other awards for his work, including the Anisfield Wolf Book Award, the Academy of Achievement Golden Plate Award, and the Ajib Prize for Literature. And he has taught at many prestigious universities, including Emory University, Harvard, and Obafemi Awolowo University. In his lifetime, Soyinka has published 2 novels, 3 collections of short stories, made 3 movies, translated 2 novels, 5 memoirs, 7 poetry collections, 13 essay collections, and produced nearly 30 plays. He holds honorary doctorates from numerous universities and has been invited to teach in schools around the world. He continues to write prolifically in spite of a bout with prostate cancer in 2014. Wole Soyinka, the Nigerian playwright and political activist, has positioned himself as a voice of the voiceless through his piece of art. He has distinguished himself as the African icon that continuously makes a mark in African literature and the world at large.